Take a look at a channel called Let's Read, a channel that has successfully attracted over 1 million subscribers and has uploaded more than 1,500 videos so far. What's even more impressive is that some of their long-form uploads have individually racked up over 6 million views, turning this channel into a real money-making machine with an estimated monthly income of over $20,000. But the story doesn't end there. If you take a closer look, you'll see that this success isn't limited to just one channel. There are several other channels that have achieved amazing results in views, subscribers, and revenue, proving that the horror and mystery genre on YouTube has always been both successful and profitable. And the reason is clear: this style is consistently popular, and many people even enjoy listening to horror stories while they sleep. Just check the length of these videos. Some run for 3 hours and others go as long as 7 hours. And here's the fascinating part: all of these videos are created using AI, from images to voiceovers. Now, I only asked for 10 minutes of your time because watching this video could completely change your path. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to create compelling images, generate professional sounding voiceovers, and craft long, multi-hour stories. I've prepared the entire roadmap, and in a single doc file, I've collected all the necessary AI prompts so you can follow step by step and start your very own horror channel money-making machine. So without wasting any time, let's dive into the tutorial. Step 1. How to find topics for this genre. There are several ways to find topics in the horror genre. For example, you can explore sites like Reddit or other story-focused websites to gather scary stories. But here is an important insight I discovered from analyzing successful channels. Most of them don't actually tell real stories. They just use the word real in their video titles, while in reality, they create various fictional stories with the help of AI. Of course, you can take inspiration from real events, but the majority of the content is crafted by imagination and AI tools. To make things easier for you, I have prepared a doc file that contains a special AI prompt for generating story ideas. This prompt is extracted from the titles of highly successful channels, the ones that grew exceptionally fast. You can find the link to this file in the video description. All you need to do is open the doc file, copy the prompt for generating titles, and paste it into ChatGPT. Immediately, GPT will start providing 10 horror story ideas, all suitable for long, multi-hour videos designed for bedtime listening. If you don't like any of the first 10 ideas, just type "continue ideas," and GPT will generate another list of fresh topics for you. This way, you'll always have new, diverse, and highly watchable videos to create long, engaging, and highly watchable videos. Step 2. Writing the script. The script is the heart of any horror channel. Our niche is horror, but the real focus is on bedtime stories, so the narrative shouldn't be full of sharp twists or sudden scares. From analyzing successful channels, I noticed that most of them use several short stories within a single video to grow quickly. All you need to do is open the docs file, copy the script prompt, and paste it into ChatGPT. At the end of the prompt, there's a section where you enter your story title. For example, I chose idea number 25. After pressing enter, GPT immediately started writing a complete professional script. Once the story is finished, GPT even suggests creating the next story. You just type "Start Story 2" and it will continue the same process for a third story if you want. This way, you can build a full collection of horror stories and create long, multi-hour videos just like the most successful channels. Step 3. Voiceover. For voiceovers, there are many tools available, but I highly recommend DubDub because its voices sound incredibly natural, perfect for our horror stories. Just search for DubDub on Google and click the verified link. For your first time, log in with your Gmail, then click on Studio. In the new page, select AI Voiceover. Here, you can test different voices and pick one that matches the spooky horror vibe of our channel. A simple tip, just search for scary content to see voices suited for a horror atmosphere. For example, I tested the Josh voice and it sounded amazing.
Once upon a time in a small village, there lived a young girl. She was known for her kindness.
So that's the one that I chose. Next, I returned to ChatGPT and copy a portion of the script. To keep the video manageable, I only pick a sample segment of the story, paste it into DubDub, click generate, and within a few seconds, the voice is ready. Here, I play it so you can hear how natural and professional it sounds.
Was drawn to Hollow Creek by rumors, whispers of people disappearing without a trace, the kind of stories you usually dismiss. but
Finally, from the export section, you can easily download the voice in WAV or MP3 format, ready to use in your project. Step 4. Creating images. Now we reach the exciting part, creating images. You actually have two approaches. If your stories are based on real events, it's simple. You can just find one relevant image and use it. The key point is, even channels with multi-hour videos often rely on just one static image. But we want our content to stand out and be unique, so we go for a creative 2D cartoon style. Just go back to your docs file, copy the image generation prompt, and give it to GPT. After pressing enter, it asks, which story do you want me to create images for? Since I chose story 2, I answer for story 2. Immediately, it starts generating 2 image prompts for us. And that's just the beginning. At the bottom, GPT asks, do you want me to create more images? I answer, yes, continue. Then it generates even more image prompts, which is amazing. Now for execution, search ImageFX on Google, click the first verified link, paste the GPT-generated prompt, select your desired size, and hit create. In just a few seconds, the image is ready. And the result? Exactly what we wanted. High quality, spooky, and professional. You can repeat this process for all subsequent scenes. As I mentioned, even a single image is enough, but I demonstrated the full workflow so you know how to create multiple images if you want. If this part of the tutorial has been helpful so far, I'd love for you to hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next exciting and money-making tutorials. Step 5 is editing. And the good news is horror story channels don't require complex or difficult editing. Most of them rely on simple and smooth edits. For this tutorial, I used the desktop version of CapCut. First, click Create Project and enter the program. Then, from the import section, bring in all the images and audio we've created so far and place them on the timeline. Next, add the recorded audio to the timeline and manually remove sections with long silences. Once that's done, select all audio clips, right-click, and choose Create Compound Clip so that your audio becomes consistent and unified. Now it's time for the images. Remember, you don't need a large number of images. Even 1 or 2 can be enough. But for teaching purposes, I added a few more images so you can follow the editing workflow more clearly. After placing the images on the timeline, adjust their size and align them with the corresponding sequences so they match the audio. If an image is too small, you can scale it up slightly to fit your desired dimensions. Next, let's add effects. Search for Rain in the effects library and drag it onto the timeline, extending it to the end of the video. Adjust its speed and intensity to match your video. If the rain sound is too quiet, you can go to Pixabay, search for Rain, download a track you like, and import it into the timeline. Make sure to lower its volume slightly so it doesn't interfere with the narrator's voice. For smooth image motion, I used the rebound swing effect. Add it to the timeline and extend it to the end of the sequence. This effect gives your images soft, natural movement, and you can adjust the speed according to your preference. Now for subtitles. Go to the text section, click Auto Caption, then Generate. Wait a few moments for the captions to appear. No need for complicated templates. A simple yet stylish font like Hiberna works perfectly and keeps the mysterious, spooky vibe of the video. Finally, it's time for background music. Go back to Pixabay, search for dark or mystery, and listen through the tracks and download the ones that fit. Import them into the timeline and lower their volume slightly so they don't clash with the narrator's voice. Another important tip, use transitions between scenes to make the video flow smoothly and feel cinematic. I used black fade and set each transition to about 1 second. Now everything's ready and you can export your video. Using this method, you can create hours of stories and produce professional quality videos. YouTube is an amazing platform, and once you start, you'll love it. My advice, start as soon as possible and stay consistent. Even if your first videos don't get many views, don't worry. Give them time and keep producing, because that's exactly how all of the top creators started. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and leave your comments. Also, check out the recommended next video. I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
I was drawn to Hollow Creek by rumors, whispers of people disappearing without a trace, the kind of stories you usually dismiss. But something about this one felt different. The rain hammered the forest path, turning the dirt into thick mud. My flashlight barely cut through the fog, and every snap of a branch echoed like a warning. Then I saw it, footprints in the mud leading into the creek itself, and disappearing. That's when I realized I wasn't alone. Hollow Creek was nothing like the brochures online. It was remote, overgrown, surrounded by trees whose branches twisted like gnarled fingers. I parked my car on a gravel road slick with rainwater, the engine's rumble fading into the distant roll of thunder. The air smelled of wet moss and decaying leaves. I had my backpack, a flashlight, and a recorder for documenting strange occurrences. But even as a skeptic, my stomach knotted with unease. The first thing I noticed was silence. Unnatural, thick silence. No birds, no insects, nothing but the rain pattering down. I stepped toward the trail along the creek, and my boots sank into the mud. I glanced at the water, dark, churning, almost black under the storm clouds. A cold wind swept past, carrying the faint scent of something rotten. And then I heard it, a faint splash, like someone had stepped into the creek, though I was alone.